I want you to say my name, though.
Anyways, her name is Lourdes Alexandra Opon, aka Lau, aka Hello Lourdes _ on Twitter, and also Mamalu, aka Lollipop on Instagram, aka the lady who is running.
This is a lot of. You're making me feel very important right now.
Of course, you're very important. You're very important.
No, but the Mamalu is for city people only. Sorry. If you're a citizen, of course you can say it.
If you see her in the street and you call her Mamalu, it's not going to.
It's not going to look very good unless you can show me proof that you work for City TV or City FM.
Your ID. Just report your ID.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I must ask Echo, what's trending?
Hey man, like Stonebwoy has come out to disagree with Davido about a whole new cat kind of statements to Burna Boy, and I feel like I like the way he was very cautious. He was like, listen to English, yo. I mean, we'll be here and we'll play it for you to hear. He was being a bit diplomatic about it. And then also a lady has been like, she has come out to, help people understand what's going on with these scammers. Like, like scammers, and understand. Charlie, scammers are not sleeping. They are always up, alert, 24/7, devising new ways to be able to scam people. And this lady has lost some 10,000 euros, and then she's out there telling people, Charlie, be very careful, because they are out for you. So we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, 30 minutes is right here on your screen. The party is yet to start, and this is the first day of the week. So, the energy is here. Lourdes is in a good mood. So, Charlie, we'll go for a quick commercial break. Let me enjoy some dance moves.
The point of view. If cabinet ministers have been accused of sabotaging a major government program, which almost every day was in the news, how come we haven't heard anything until after the interview and then we're told that this should be investigated?
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis.
Bernard, we're not in a good place. We're not in a good place because we don't have access to the international capital market.
It's the hard-hitting conversations on The Point of View.
MPP and the NDC have had a consensus about economic policy. The fight really has been about who will be in power and who will be sitting at the edge of the trough and helping themselves and their associates.
And the probing questions of The Point of View.
How many times have I even showed the world's most expensive hole? Why can't they tell us the exact amount? And why is it that what they told Parliament is not less than $1 million?
The twisted entanglements of politics and governance.
There's nothing wrong for a politician to address national issues and also respond to critics.
As well as religious and social discourse.
I think that people are entitled to their own opinion on issues. And so when the president said, I want to build a national cathedral, people can have their own opinion on matters. But let us pray that God will bless this economy so that we can have our roads built and the cathedral built.
The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
As part of your budget for the year is a line item that says what? Electricity.
Yeah.
So what's your reason for not paying?
Economy.
How can the economy be a reason? What about us?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on City TV and is sponsored by Belpac. Belpac, just perfect.
Lourdes, don't tempt me.
Shout out to our director, man.
Charlie,
what would you do without our directors?
Oh my God. I just love it when she's directing, because she's always like, Lourdes, don't tempt me. I'll put you on there.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite show. This is 30 Minutes. We let you know any and everything that's happening on the social interwebs, and not just anything, but the things that you're making trend. You're talking about it, we're reporting on it, and right now we're going to delve right into it. First story.
I mean, Stonebwoy has come out to disagree with Davido. I mean, a few days ago, Davido made a statement that the new cat artiste like Burna Boy,
Yes, he
Rema,
added
Ashake.
Burna Boy in that list.
And then it seems like it didn't sit well with a lot of like Burna Boy followers. So they came out and were like, no, Burna Boy is not a new cat. In any case, Burna Boy and Davido all came out in 2012. But Davido was also saying that he and Wizkid were the first to come out, and then the new cats like Burna Boy and Davido and Ashake. So and Rema and Ashake. So Stonebwoy actually had to come out and point out his make his stance on it, because he was like, I really do not agree. But it was, for me, it was a diplomatic nature
Yes,
of
he was
it. Like,
very
the way he was
careful with his
very-
words because he knows exactly how the people of the internet are. They'll just switch it up.
Yeah, they'll just switch it. They'll just take it and then they'll just turn it upside down.
Yeah.
And, but I know this whole Burna Boy new cat thing just brings back memories of what I did. Like, it's okay, I'm not going to
The
even
thing
go
is,
there,
the
but-
minute Davido made that statement with that interview, the internet went ablaze.
Yeah, of course. It went bonkers.
Between the fan
because,
bases
hey,
and then just between music lovers in general. I think everybody was shocked by the statement, and some people feel like it's igniting some kind of feud all over again.
Yeah.
People think that it's incorrect and improper, considering that both of them had their debuts within the
yeah,
same
because it
year.
was both in 2012.
Yeah.
So everybody was just like, but you both came out around
you
the
both
same
came out,
time.
yeah.
Because then it doesn't mean that the feud is still there, you know, because you know it was that like there was a time where they
Do you
said,
know what
oh,
it
they had
is?
forgotten about
I
it.
think it's because of the kind of music that they were making at the time. So when you think about Davido in 2012 with Back When and Dami Duro, it was very pop. But then with Burna Boy, we had Like Party and what's the other one? 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10. Burna Boy.
More like
Oh, it was more alternative
Yeah, so-
when we compare them. So I think a lot of people didn't know about Burna Boy at the time in comparison to Davido because of the sound difference. But the funny thing about Nigerian music is, especially with alternative, there's a lot of people still listening to it.
Yeah.
It may not be heard on the radios as much as the regular pop music, the Afrobeats, the average Afrobeats, but a lot of people, a community is following that music.
Yeah.
So, New Cats, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to complete defuse
Yeah, you
that
know.
term. This is the Stonebwoy interview where
Yeah.
Stonebwoy, like Echo says,
Diplomatic.
diplomatically says that, you know what, Burna Boy isn't a new cat. He was actually there. He'd been there. Let's have a look.
let's just listen.
And to make me hear things. Of course, even if I have not heard it, Burna Boy is not a new cat. Too. Because Burna been there, I think, for more than a decade. And in my own small mindset of what I think, like I just answered off head, I haven't done extensive, analysis into what would justify my after 5 years not being a new cat. But Burna will not be a new cat in my books. No, my brother don't be here from at least 20 something. At least that we don't even remember. And of course, if you ask me again, say I'm not here, but I will go here. But if David said that, I honestly do not believe, you see, that he means outright, I beg you, hear English. I do not believe that he means, of course, I know they in heart, I know they in mind. Because even us when they're outside, we know, just like he's also outside. So I'm not sure he meant that a new cat, because new cat will be, of course, Rema is 5 years, of course, in the game already. So I don't believe David meant that, but if you do ask me, I think that also brothers like Wiz and David have had a fair share of international appeal earlier than Burna would from the early days of that's what I see or I think. But another thing I want to add on a serious note is that it can only get better and bigger. You see what I'm saying? Like they always say, the future is always brighter. So what Burna Boy has done is so inspiring. So inspiring.
All right, so there you have it. The
Yeah.
Stonebwoy interview during his media run
The
in
Stonebwoy
Lagos,
diplomatic
Nigeria.
interview.
Yes. Well, he diplomatically says that he does not think Burna Boy should be regarded as
Yeah.
a new cat, especially within that particular list of Fireboy DML, of Rema,
Rema,
Yeah.
Ashake.
He's
Ah,
been
man.
there.
I know people are also saying that if Davido is saying Burna Boy is a new cat, then he should add Olamide to the list.
Fair enough, because banners within the
yeah,
same year. When you
they
think
were
about
all
it.
around the
If
same
correct,
year.
yeah.
But Charlie, sometimes it's just people say some of these things just to be in the
Just stir us up
space.
a
Yeah,
little
you know,
bit.
just stir it up a
But new
little bit.
Cattle, old Cattle, the guy
Charlie.
is still taking over stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, over the weekend.
Yeah, he sold out a stadium. Like
He did.
even a week before that, he sold out a
Exactly.
stadium in the UK, and then he was also performing at the UEFA Champions League
Period.
final, which has gotten Freema very, very excited because Freema is a Manchester City fan. Shout out to you,
Fair
Freema,
enough.
for your team winning this trophy.
I
But
love that
hey,
he's wearing blue.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal performance, by the way. I feel like I recommend that
was
performance
just-
to everyone.
you know, did you-
Big budget too.
do you know that you had preempted the song he was going to sing?
Oh,
It's Plenty.
yeah, It's Plenty. Because I feel like It's Plenty is the perfect. I wish
Yeah.
we use it for the World Cup theme song.
Yeah,
'Cause
it could.
it's like a waving flag
Yeah,
kind of vibe.
yeah. But it was short,
Yes.
very short, extremely
sweet.
short, but super nice. And you know, we have just a snippet of it for you, so guys enjoy it. Yeah, so I mean, like, we couldn't bring you that snippet.
We
but I
could
would
not,
have
but it's all over the internet that you've been using, hence why we're here talking about the top trending topics.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get to see what happens. The most surprising thing
Mm-hmm.
about this entire thing is that Burna Boy has actually still not said anything. Typically,
Yeah,
he would have
He
attacked
would have
by now.
tweeted something.
I am the African giant,
Yeah,
you know.
ABB Odogu.
Odogu. But I guess, you know, money talks.
Yeah,
and
Charlie.
also the lineups that he's securing talk too.
Yeah.
The stadiums that he's filling up talk too. He
You
doesn't
know?
even have to do too much.
Yeah.
His journey right now is all that matters.
You know?
And now that you've heard everything that we have
Yeah.
to say.
But before we do that,
Right.
Thierry Henry said something. He's like, "You're selling out theaters. Now you're going into stadiums. What next?" He's like, I don't know. Then the lady asked, "The Super Bowl?" He's like, "If they are
Why
ready,
not? Yeah, he said he does not mind at all.
anything, he's ready for you." But let's check out some of the reactions, man.
All right, so Luther says, someone like me got to know Burna Boy when Shatawale featured him in Ghana.
This matter. Yeah, I'm not going to say something.
I think
I
safe to
will
say
say
Echo's
some.
not saying anything on that. Onyas says no need to answer the question with all these caveats. Too scared to step on any toes, so declined to answer.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
he was
decline.
doing a media run in Lagos. They're going to ask him about what he thinks about what's going on in their country. So naturally, he has to
You know,
answer.
some of
And
these
these are
things-
his peers. He's
Yeah,
on
you
a
cannot
show
even shut up
interview.
about it. You
Yeah.
have to say something.
All right, next reaction. David says you don't need to answer or give your opinion on every topic, Mr. Setekla.
I mean, he has been asked a question.
Oh,
he
you've
has to
got to ask
answer.
the question, man. It's like someone coming here and being asked, do you like Ghanaian jollof?
It's
And obviously, you're going to have to answer that. Or he says, the way he did take in time mention the words clearly, they tell me. If no one make them carry and go.
Charlie, because right now, this Ghana, if they carry you go, you will be
Hey,
hot.
hey. Young says, I keep saying this, Stonebwoy is the most intelligent artist in Ghana. Dude is damn good.
Yeah, he's really good, actually.
Hiaba says, Stonebwoy really taking time, answer Shatawale would have done justice to this in seconds.
Anything
One of the worst
pass.
person to talk about right now in this situation anyway. Omaka, this guy is one of the most intelligent musicians in Africa. You can tell he is smart. He does not use buzzwords anyhow and twist the song, but makes a lot of sense all at the same time. All right.
Right now,
So,
me
yes.
and Shatawale, anything Shatawale, pass here, let me pass here. Aye.
Safe to say he doesn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering how you can rock with us, head over to CityTube. We have any and everything regarding news,
Yeah.
business, sports, and entertainment. All you have to do is whip out your camera apps,
Yep.
scan the QR code that's going to appear on Echo's side, and we'll shoot you straight to the platform. And of course, subscribe, like, comment, or share.
Yeah.
Better yet, you can do it manually. Head over to
Very
YouTube,
popular.
type in CityTube, press search, and voila, you're there.
Yep.
We'll catch you right after the break.
Are you ready? Put on your dancing shoes and join Reverend PJ Marquis Praise on the Sixth Floor with a live recording of his second album titled Toda. Ministering alongside will be Pastor Edwin Atodatson, Pastor Isaiah Fosukwachi Jr., Perez Music, Joyful Way Incorporated, and Monarchs Praise. Venue, National Theatre. Date, Saturday the 17th of June 2023. Time, 5 p.m. Gates open at 4:30 p.m. sharp. Rate, absolutely free. Anticipate a powerful time in God's presence. Don't miss for any reason. Be there.
If you're a whiz kid that collects straight A's in your sleep, a brainy brains that aces quizzes without even trying, or a clever clogs that knows just about everything, then there's one or more battle you have to win. The Literacy Challenge. The nationwide search for the best junior high student is on. Think it could be you going home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write a story that ends with the following statement. The happiest people do not have the best of everything, they make the best of everything they have. Stories should be written in your own handwriting with the deadline of Saturday, the 15th of July 2023 in mind. Submissions must include an endorsement by a parent or guardian and their full contact details. And once you're done, shoot off your entries to the front desk of City TV or City FM. Or you can send entries to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For more inquiries, call 0558 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by City TV, supported by City FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company and Ribby Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods.
Did you hear that?
I hope you heard that.
You're welcome back from the commercial break. I mean, you guys, I just wish one day you guys would just get to hear and know everything that happens over your commercial breaks. It's just top notch. And for me, I love it. But moving straight into our second topic.
100%.
A lady has decided to advise young people out there how scammers have now stepped up their game because she lost some 10,000 euros. And it's pretty sad hearing that. So, Charlie, guys, no long talk. Let's just go straight into it and check out this video because it's heated.
Count like up to a sum of £10,000. Great British pounds. That I have lost this year due to scam. So I really wish above all things, okay, that you will never be a victim to scammers or to scam. And I know there are different types of scams in the world, like identity thefts and all of that. But I'm talking about the one that has to do with money. You know how you really work for your money, right? And then at a point you really need something, but then these people will make you feel like, oh, you can actually get the money back. They can double it for you in, let's say, a week or two or in a couple of minutes. It's all a lie. See, money doesn't work like that. I don't even want to go into the details of how money works, okay, but when you start seeing things that don't add up in your mind, like someone said, bring this, I'll get you this. Wow, if they can really do that, they should be doing that with their own money. They should just be, rolling back their money inside. Why are they asking for your money? If they're asking for your money to do it, then you should understand that there are consequences involved, there are risks involved. And most often than not, those things don't work. See, I can count like up to a sum of £10,000. Great British pounds. I'm not even talking about Ghana cedis, God. 10,000, 10K. 10K. You know what? Let me just continue. That I have lost this year due to scam, and I haven't received anything back. Not even not a pesewa, not a dime, not a pound, nothing. And yeah, so this is how it happens. So usually this book will reach out to you through Instagram, Telegram, any of the social media. They'll ask you if you want a job. That should even tell you, because no recruiter is coming to you these days through Telegram and Instagram. No recruiter these days will tell you that, oh, let's do this online job, but you can't find them online. They are nowhere on the web. They are literally nowhere. When you type their names, they'll tell you, oh, we are registered and we are legal.
All right, so there is the
it.
video of the victim of yet another scamming situation. The great thing about the internet is that it's a global village, a digital village, where we can all share, you know, advice and tips on things. And this particular lady is letting us know what not to do. Even though we were arguing in the studio that everybody kind of knows that Instagram,
Telegram. Somebody reaches out to you, I'll double your money in 2 hours,
yeah.
and then you just give, oh man.
I mean, and they're kept in the request, the dark side of the internet. Or, you know, sometimes they take your account, they send you a link and then raid your account and threaten you to
click on this link. And don't be clicking on just any link, guys. Yeah, I'm surprised that somebody's actually saying that they've lost £10,000 actually because of this.
But if you don't know this, please, for the love of God, don't take up these offers. Don't click that link on the internet. Learn from this lady's situation, please and please.
We'll check out the comments on this because some people were heated. Stephanie said, bruh, they tried this with me like 5 times. I clocked it when the lady was so adamant about my age and wanted to move the chat from Telegram to WhatsApp. Long story short, just block them. Feel sorry for the lady though, because 10K isn't small money. This is a whole saving, like this whole life savings, right? Richard says a lot of Ghanaians in the UK fall for these things. They mostly target the new ones in the UK who visit job application sites anyhow and just be filling in their information without verifying if the site is legit or not. Yes, and that's something that people need to stop. You don't have to fill in your details anywhere and everywhere. EK Minter says if you are greedy, you are going to be easily scammed. This trick has been in existence for decades and it's still working. And of course, sometimes you can just nail it onto greed because that's the only way why somebody will say, I'm giving you £5,000, double it to £10,000 for me in the next 2 hours. I mean, what kind of job is this person doing that they can double money in 2 hours? Nah, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't.
Hate to be her, but hopefully we all learn from this situation. Something that we can learn from is CBF, that is the City Business Festival, which is running for the entire month of June. And we're learning all about business focus, business practice, and, you know, beefing up our business skills. So for week 1, it's all about the digital economy. Week 2 is SMEs in Ghana. Week 3, we're focusing on the retail and consumer markets. And week 4 is all about agri-business ecosystems. Of course, the City Business Festival is sponsored by MTN, ZPay, and also supported by and the theme for this year is Make It Ghana.
And then we have the SMEs Forum that will be happening tomorrow, Tuesday, 13th of June, 2023 at 11 a.m. Tune in to City TV. The topic is building resilient SMEs, and it will be hosted by Vivian Kai Loko. And we'll have Audrey Abakar as the deputy, Dr. Andrew Sayiku, Ruka Sanusi, and then Taka Awore. It is partnered by APSA, sponsored by MTN, ZPay, supported by Gesell.
All right, and the Voice Factory is back. We had the auditions last Saturday, and we're carrying on with the singing competition. So make sure you catch that for this week. And of course, the Voice Factory is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Nalo Solutions, Eddie's Pizza, Twist Cupcakes, and Coppin Hospitality.
And the man Tajuddin Abdullah hits your screens every Thursday at 7 p.m. with Vox Pop Central. Make sure you catch him because that guy will make you laugh with those very funny and interesting questions.
All right, we have 2 birthday wishes. Big happy birthday to our very own Ni Ayikwe.
Yeah.
Love you, love you, love you. Appreciate you. You're doing the damn thing. And of course, a happy birthday to my best friend, Julianne Jan Sampson. I absolutely love and adore you. And a mega shout out to Pamela and Eunice from Mabandra shop. It was great seeing you over the weekend, ladies.
Yep.
Anyway.
Good times. I mean, we'll see you tomorrow. We are not going anywhere. We'll just see you tomorrow. So don't miss us too much. But we'll be back right here on your screens tomorrow at 5:30. You know, make a date with us because it's always a wonderful time with us. My name is Eko Kumsing. Confirm me on all social media platforms at PK_Kumsing with the double. And I did this with the lady herself.
Lourdes Alexandra Pong. You can find me on Twitter at HelloLourdes_ or on Instagram at Lulipop. Have a great evening and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
The Point of View.
If cabinet ministers have been accused of sabotaging a major government program, which almost every day was in the news, how come we haven't heard anything until after the interview and then we're told that this should be investigated?
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis,
And we're not in a good place. We're not in a good place because we don't have access to the international capital market.
it's the hard-hitting conversations on The Point of View.
MPP and the NDC have had a consensus about economic policy. The fight really has been about who will be in power and who will be sitting at the edge of the trough and helping themselves and their associates.
And the probing questions of The Point of View.
Many times have I even showed the world's most expensive hole. Why can't they tell us the exact amount? And why is it that what they told Parliament is not less than $1 million?
The twisted entanglements of politics and governance.
There's nothing wrong for a politician to address national issues and also respond to critics,
as well as religious and social discourse.
I think that people are entitled to their own opinion on issues. And so when the president said, I want to build a national cathedral, people can have their own opinion on matters. But let us pray that God will bless this economy so that we can have our roads built and the cathedral built.
The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
As part of your budget for the year is a line item that says what? Electricity.
Yeah,
So what's your reason for not paying?
the economy.
How can the economy be a reason?
Yeah.
What about us?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on City TV and is sponsored by Belpac. Belpac, just perfect.
If you're a whiz kid that collects straight A's in your sleep, a brainy brains that aces quizzes without even trying, or a clever clogs that knows just about everything, then there's one more battle you have to win. The Literacy Challenge. The nationwide search for the best junior high student is on. Think it could be you going home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write a story that ends with the following statement. The happiest people do not have the best of everything, they make the best of everything they have. Stories should be written in your own handwriting with the deadline of Saturday, the 15th of July 2023 in mind. Submissions must include an endorsement by a parent or guardian and their full contact details. And once you're done, shoot off your entries to the front desk of City TV or City FM. Or you can send entries to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For more inquiries, call 0558 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by City TV, supported by City FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company and Ribby Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods.
Hello and welcome to 2020 News here on City TV from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. My name is Kweku Ediama, and coming up in the next 20 minutes, Alan Kyerematen becomes first NPP flag bearer aspirant to file nomination forms. Also coming up, President Akufo-Addo confident Justice Gertrude Torkornoo will distinguish herself as Chief Justice. Let's begin our bulletin from the camp of the NPP because a flag bearer hopeful, Alan Kyerematen, says it will be in the best party to
After filing his forms for the presidential primaries, the former Trades Minister, speaking at the party headquarters, Alan Kyerematen indicated that he will work to secure.
It will be an honor and privilege for me to lead this great party to a historic victory in December 2024 and usher into Ghana a new era of stability, growth, and prosperity. To be able in 2024 will be for us to have free, fair, and transparent elections. So, whilst commending you for the work that you've done so far in the processes leading to the filing of nominations, I would encourage you and hope that you will do all in your power and authority to ensure that you guarantee free, fair.
Now, joining me in studio to tell us more is my colleague Hansen Agyemang, who was at the party headquarters earlier today. Hansen, I'm grateful for your time this evening. I'm sure this means a lot to the former Trades Minister.
Well, he's the first person to submit his forms. This is not the first time. He's contested in 2007, and subsequently he contested Nana Addo in the lead up to the 2012 elections, and so this will be a third time. The reason his campaign team is drumming home the tagline, Drew also. And so for him, he's familiar with the process, but obviously after getting the nomination document filled appropriately, the ideal thing is to submit it to the party for scrutiny, and then vetting will come on later, where it will pave way for the special delegates congress if necessary, and then the main congress in November.
Well, we know that he's not the only one who is vying to lead the NPP in this particular elections. Tell me, how keen does he think this particular elections is going to be?
Well, so previously we had reported that 10 persons had picked up the nomination forms. We're told today by the elections committee that there's an 11th person in the person of the former director of transport at the Jubilee House, Nana Opon. Now, he picked his forms last week to join, so we have 11 of them. Now, Alan Kyerematen, former Trades Minister in Kufuor's administration, in Nana Addo's administration, having contested Nana Addo, and as I've rightly indicated, his members say Drew also, and he also believes that indeed it is time for him to be flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. Aside that, he is confident that the NPP can't break the 8, and if the NPP will break the 8, they need a candidate like him, a candidate that the people believe in, according to him. And he thinks that he's the only candidate among these 11 persons that rightly fits the bill to lead the NPP going to the 2024 general election, if indeed the NPP is to break the 8 as
election, a major election. What strategy is he looking at deploying? Because I'm sure the other people are also
strategy is to us, but speaking to some members of his team, they are telling us that they are going to make the youth group be the front runners for the campaign, and so some youth members of the New Patriotic Party were there, some SRC executives. They gave the opportunity to the SRC president of the University of Ghana, for instance, to address former SRC president of KNUST. Youth groups generally within the political party, and one of the candidates for the National Youth Organizer position who is called Pope by many. He was part of the many young people who were there to rally support for Alan Kyerematen. So the strategy as we get from him, one, is to make the youth group run the campaign for him, and the youth are saying that this is somebody they believe can create jobs for them by virtue of his background as in economics and as a former trades minister. Again, we see former ministers and former members of parliament who are part of his campaign and former party executives. So Yabu Abinasama, former director of communications, and Nana Hininto, former general secretary, as part. Aiko Otu, former attorney general, as part of his team. Again, we see some members of parliament in the person of Davis Ansan Opoku, the MP for Mpraia. So the deputy finance minister, Abena Osiasari, she's MP as well. Again, the MP for Botiano English, Yamanfro, and the person of Sylvester Tete. Minister of Railways Development in the person of the whole MP. He is also part of his campaign. Of Peter Mewu. He is part of his campaign, and so looking at the persons who followed him to the party headquarters, you could see Alan Kyerematen trying as much as possible to reach out to various actors and players within the party who matter as far as this Congress is concerned.
Well, from the clips that you brought, we could see a charged atmosphere, but I'm grateful for the update. Hansen Agyemang is a man who has been monitoring proceedings for us with regard to the filing of nominations for the NPP's primaries. Let's do some other stories, because President Akufo-Addo says appointing Justice Gertrude Torkornoo as the country's new Chief Justice was not a difficult task, as she possesses the qualities to lead the judiciary. Now, speaking at the swearing-in of the new Chief Justice at the Jubilee House, President Akufo-Addo said Madame Torkornoo has what it takes to repose public confidence in the judiciary.
The tenure as Chief Justice will also be marked by order, fairness, diligence, deep-seated respect for the rule of law, and continuation the burden occasions. It is unacceptable for judges to pronounce judgments based on decisions of lower courts.
Meanwhile, the new Chief Justice has pledged to clean the judiciary by introducing technology to help the process.
Production of manuals, practice directions, and resources to assist litigants in our courts will not only increase the efficiency of support services, but also reduce untoward abuse of administrative and judicial discretion, while raising financial resources for the judiciary. Equally important is the close listening ear of government to the financial needs of the judiciary and judicial service staff. And I crave all these facilities to assure the smooth acceleration of our services to the nation. I also crave the support of all stakeholders
and Rural Development, Dan Butchie, has issued a strong on district chief executives, MMDCEs, who fail to utilize funds allocated for desilting works in their respective areas. The statement was made during the minister's visit to the metropolitan and municipal assemblies that are beneficiaries of the has received a total of 420,000 Ghana cedis. This is one of the interventions implemented by the project to enhance the management and maintenance of drains in communities situated along the Odo River.
Last year, for example, some of them were sanctioned for even what they call no disbursement. That they had the funds, but they don't disburse it at all. some of them suffer for that. That's what I was trying to explain. That instead of the community suffering by getting less money because they did not pass it to measure up to the project, we are now going to get people and officials concerned to be sanctioned. And that goes to the local government service. We do the ministry don't do that. We bring it to the local government service, and based on local government structure, they go to that sanctions. In addition to the internal generated fund that they get, the Assembly's communal fund, they also, as an assembly, can determine that this is the problem we face in our area. What the people would decide to do may be different from what Abrico and North would try to do. So when they get the pool of funds, they sit at the assembly and decide how they use the funds. So if you decide that I have many problems with drainage, then maybe I'll divest 40% of my funds to drainage. Somebody said, no, I believe I should spend more money on schools, rehabilitation of schools. So it's the work of that. Each assembly is independent.
Now, government has announced that about 5.7 million people living in some rural communities will soon benefit from 4 water expansion projects being carried out in the country. The projects, which cost over $1 billion, will serve deprived communities in the Volta, Bono and northern regions. This was announced when a delegation from the World Bank, led by the Global Director for World Bank Water Practice, paid a courtesy call on the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources and Hygiene Wash Sector Development Program tomorrow. Speaking during the meeting, the Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, Cecilia Abinadapa, commended the World Bank for
Minister for Sanitation and this government in general has enjoyed a lot of cooperation from the World Bank. If I may talk about my sector, we have really enjoyed cooperation and support from the World Bank, and I must say that we have also done our bit by living up to expectation and making sure that we monitor ourselves to achieve good results. The World Bank can come and monitor. They come in quarterly to come in and monitor, but we do, yes, supervision, monitoring, making sure we are on the right path. We ourselves, we have a monitoring directorate that also does that for us. And the gathering of data, I think we are also persevering to make sure we have the correct data to influence policy direction. Because without data, you cannot really plan. So we also thank the World Bank for.
Let's head to the Ashanti region now, because the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, KMA, has announced its intention to restrict tricycle riders from operating within the central business district of Kumasi. The Assembly aims to control congestion in the area through this directive. Additionally, the Assembly's research indicates that tricycles are frequently involved in road accidents within the metropolis, further justifying their decision. Henrietta Efia Konedu-Abuaje, the public relations officer of KMA, stated that although the directive was initially scheduled to take effect on June 15, it will be implemented after sensitizing those affected.
One of the things that really brought this thing to bear was Bloomberg Philanthropies that we launched somewhere last year. So we also got from the statistics the huge number of injuries, deaths that are related to the tricycle. So the Transport Subcommittee of the Assembly picked it up and proposed to the Executive Committee, chaired by the Chief Executive, that as a Transport Committee.
You're still watching 2020 News on City TV with me, Kweku Ediama. And so still to come, Fitch Ratings affirms credit ratings of some Nigerian banks operating in Ghana. We'll tell you more shortly. Do stay with us.
In love's gentle embrace, we find solace untold.
I'm yours and you are mine.
A promise to have and to hold, two souls entwined.
You look like you're going out.
To have
is not your house, gold digger. How dare you call me a gold?
To hold.
You know, you're very disrespectful, Kujo.
Why? Is it because I picked up my wife's call in front of you?
To have and to hold season 3.
I want him to go get some ice cream.
Yeah. We like vanilla or banana.
Watch the unraveling of emotions, love, trust, and egos.
Everything has to be at your time.
So be it.
Oh, baby, good morning, sir.
Hey, maybe I bet my own.
Hey,
forever or never a choice to make.
I don't want to be tamed.
I want more than just a play date.
You're welcome back. This is 2020 News on City TV. Up next is business. Now, Fitch Ratings has affirmed the credit ratings of some Nigerian banks operating in Ghana, including Access Bank, Guarantee Trust Holding Company, and Zenith Bank. Fitch the affirmations underscored the stability of these banks and their prominent positions in the banking sector. Fitch affirmed Access Bank PLC's long-term issuer default rating at B- with a stable outlook. It also affirmed the credit worthiness of GTCO and GTB subsidiaries of a Guarantee Trust Holding Company. Zenith Bank's national long-term rating was also affirmed at AA- with a stable outlook. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has reiterated calls for government to implement favorable policies that will give local industries a competitive edge under the African Continental Free Trade Area after the association maintains that the constant imposition of taxes and surge in the cost of doing business in the country has led to the escalation of prices of goods produced locally, which may cause a fallout of producers under the African Continental Free Trade Area after Chonam Clance Akpelo is the Greater Accra chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, and he has been speaking to City Business News.
In this era that we're supposed to be competing in the free market, the African Union Continental Free Market, the competition will essentially be based on price and quality. And if you are being burdened on daily basis of some of these taxes, it would naturally make the cost of your goods higher and make you uncompetitive in this era of continental free trade.
That's all for business. And that's how we end 2020 News on City TV. All the news in 20 minutes. Our website, citynewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from City TV. My name is Kweku Ediama, and so many thanks for your company.
Established 58 years ago, the Amfuega Senior High School currently has a population of over 1,500 students and about 150 teaching staff. However, the school continues to grapple with a severe infrastructural deficit. Insufficient dormitories and classrooms pose challenges in accommodating all boarding students, while teachers have resorted to using classrooms as staff common rooms due to the lack of proper administrative spaces. Some teachers at Amfuegan Senior High School explained to City News that the decision to convert classrooms into a staff common room was as a result of the inadequate infrastructure within the school. The situation is far from ideal, but it was a necessary measure considering the changing weather conditions.
Where we are sitting, it used to be a classroom block, but due to challenges, we have to convert the place into staff common room, and as a result, other classrooms have also been converted to ICT lab, library, and the school clinic in order to meet other challenges as well. This has actually affected our staff and students enrollment, and as a result we are facing challenges as far as infrastructure is concerned. And our major challenge is the administration block under construction, and we hope if it is completed, most of those classrooms will be released for the students to use, and it will minimize the effects of the infrastructure needs of the school.
The school's dining hall, which serves over 1,500 students daily, is also affected by the inadequate infrastructure. A new dining hall complex that was started years ago remains unfinished, forcing students to eat in batches and stand while being served their meals. The students expressed that the infrastructural challenges are negatively impacting their academic activities and are appealing to authorities for assistance in overcoming these obstacles.
Looking at the teachers taking over our various classroom blocks as their staff common room, which has made students stay in uncompleted buildings to carry on their academic work, which is not helping. And currently, one of the major problems that we are facing too is the water crisis. Sometimes, because of this problem, we eat into the normal class lessons hours, which affects us a lot. We, the final year students, we need to come to school early, study, and then keep on moving. But here lies the case, there will be no water. We have to wait till water comes in before we take our bath and come to the classroom to study, which is affecting us very well.
In my school, we have 2 dining halls, but one is uncompleted. The government and many non-governmental organizations have promised to help in the completion of the project, but till date, over decades, they've not done that. So I'm pleading with the government to come to our aid so that maybe by next year we can have a new dining hall or assembly hall completed.
I find it difficult when it's raining. We are overpopulation. When it's wait first session for the other session. Since I came to this school, see the new dining hall is under construction, but still it's still like that. If it won't benefit or if it's to help us complete the dining hall for the students, so feel free and enjoy their meals. Thank you.
During the school speech and prize giving day, Headmaster Albert Dodo in his address highlighted the ongoing infrastructural challenges faced by the school. Despite numerous appeals, improvements have not yet been seen. He mentioned that the completion of the ongoing administration block will provide teachers with a comfortable common room and help reclaim their converted classrooms. The headmaster spoke with City News about the issue, emphasizing the need for assistance to address the school's infrastructural challenges.
Our current student population is 1,910, and we continue to rely on dining hall shed that is provided by the PTA so many years ago, and the space is not enough for dining, and it prevents or it impedes smooth academic work because the students spend a lot of time in the dining hall, and by the time they get back to classroom for lesson, we have done a lot outside which will not augur well as an academic institution. Currently, we are using 6 classrooms as offices. So if this project is completed, we may be able to retrieve as many as 6 classrooms, and there will not be the need for the government to come and then build a new classroom for us for now. So we are appealing to the stakeholders, especially the district assembly and the government, to come to our aid and then complete the 2 major projects for us as soon as possible.
In an interview with City News, the municipal chief executive for North Dai, Edmond Kujuata, assured that the government is working towards completing the abandoned project.
I'm not oblivious of the ease of this school,
right from 2017, I've been clear about the number of infrastructural deficits and the other tools that the school needs in order to reach the level that we all aspire, that is to achieve academic excellence.